Ooh, pretty.
I'd be terrible at that because I can never remember all the details of what had happened. Okay.
The only problem I see with it is that could take 10 or 15 minutes that we could be playing.
I don't see a problem.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we could try. I'm just a little hazy on the last game session at the moment.
Oh no, I was referring to somebody in Discord added you. About.
Horse shit's slow to get together today.
Now our mic is not muted. Sorry, I forgot to unmute it. Hey, Walking Dead lover, welcome to our stream. Hey, Rudy.
We're having some issues today, but we're up and we're ready to do it. So
yeah, we're doing this.
Hi, Rudy. Nice to see you. Welcome to the chat.
Okay, so you're gonna wing the thing, and we're just gonna start off then.
Well, I'll do my usual introduction. I'll do it briefly, channel news and stuff. So welcome to Toy Soldiers Old School. We had a break last week. There was a lot of things going on, and as a result, we had some technical difficulties getting going today. Sorry for the delay, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Channel announcements. I'd like to thank like so many people for their support over the past several weeks. We've ended up with currently have 36 subscribers, 141 followers. That's freaking awesome. We're doing a giveaway, right, when we reach 50 subscribers, and I'm sure that MooBot will tell you all about that as the show goes on.
All hail Boobot.
All hail Boobot. So, with that, I guess we might as well jump into our recap, unless you have any news that anyone needs to know there, dear. No?
No.
Okay. Alright, let's see if I can wing doing a report. Oh, am I doing it with the music?
Oh yeah, we don't need the music.
Okay.
We need sound effects.
Oh, hell. Yeah, I did some new channel updating, so let me know what you guys think of the pretty new pictures and stuff. Alright, let's see. What is the current date, dear? 'Cause I completely lost track of that.
The current date is
3rd.
I know what date it is in real life. I'm talking about in the game.
the 5th
Oh!
of the 5th of Buck Moon.
The 5th of Buck Moon, and what was the year?
4639.
4639. Alright. 3 Buck Moon. 4639 AC. Lieutenant Celine Wintermist reporting. Let's see, where did we start? It is beginning to occur to me that perhaps we need to be limited into what we're doing on leave, since we seem to be unable to get out of trouble. Oh, remind Aaron to open the game session on World Anvil.
Right.
Yeah.
Right one.
Yeah, yes, let's see. Because, it seems that our, ship's cat tends to take matters into his own hands when left to his own devices. He seemed to have some encounter with a man that he described as an enslaver of children. Some thieves guild type person who had a child's thieving ring, I believe. He eliminated said individual. If the man indeed was an enslaver of children, I'm not certain I can disagree with his decision morally. However, I feel that it is important to inform you that this sort of thing is going on. I personally am finding it rather difficult to deal with Crowley in the course of naval off-duty affairs, since he does not fall in the chain of command and I have no control over him. Would appreciate recommendations. Sincerely, Lieutenant Wintermist. I don't know, that's off the top of my head. I'm sure that Brianna's will be much better next week. Oh yes, we should briefly, right, again, for new viewers, I'm Diane Morrison. I'm the creator of the Toy Soldier Saga. My character is Celine Wintermist, Lieutenant Celine Wintermist. She is currently the commanding officer of this group, much to her chagrin. She is a young idealistic priestess of the she-elf persuasion who has joined the Avalonian Imperial Navy to see the universe and maybe help some people along the way. My pronouns are she or they.
Okay, Rowan? Did we lose Rowan?
Her mic. I think she's having a mic issue.
Okay, we'll go on to Brianna while she figures that out then.
Hello, I'm Brianna, also known as Siobhan the Writer, on Twitch and Discord. I play Madrimlian, who is a altruistic elf who joined the Navy in order to hopefully create his own intelligence agency within it. He comes off rather curmudgeonly, but he is anything but. And we'll be giving a supplemental update momentarily. Pronouns are she, her.
Nice.
I got it.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Rowan. I play Vondon. I'm on satellite internet, so occasionally there's some weather interference. Not necessarily at my place, but at wherever the satellite beams me back into internet land. Anyways, I play Vondon, a party druid. She is pretty happy, go lucky, kind of laugh, a little bit wild, a little bit, a lot of things, and sometimes she contributes a bit of wisdom, and she's joined the Imperial Navy because see the universe, they said. See strange new creatures, wonderful new things, fly on giant plant ships, amazing. Stab people in the groin occasionally because they're just desperately deserve it. You bet. My pronouns are she and her.
Okay, Taz.
Hi, Taz. I play Arden Spellsword, a magus who likes to craft things for the most part. Currently working on making a amulet that protects people. Well, it's more like a cloak thing. Cloak class that protects people from magic missiles. And I also go by gminno99 on the internet, and I'm a he, him.
Okay. And Blake.
I am Blake, and I'll be playing the Bird of Crowley, the ship's cat, also known as the Peanock, a race of my own creation. Generally lighthearted and fun, but, when I put my mind to something, it's the direction I'm going. And I haven't brought any ill back. Yeah, something might have went wrong, but
Then I was being all defensive because this is a character I was talking about in my report. It's all good. It really is, Blake. Totally cool. Like as far as the whole player thing goes, it's fine. Honestly.
And my pronouns are he, him, and shit disturber.
Shit and disturber. Yep. Okay.
He, him, and shit and disturber. Okay. Dawn.
Hi, I'm Dawn. I played Yasma Snowwind. I'm an elf who was an orphan. I started with the Navy. I needed a job, basically, and best friend Crowley with me. And I try hard, but I'm. And my pronouns are she, her.
By the way, you guys sound just fine now. Whatever was wrong before it is not now.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, Gareth.
Hi, I'm Gareth. I play Lyric. He is a no-nonsense gunslinger who had a mishap earlier on in life, and my pronouns are he, him.
Okay, Chris.
I am Chris. I play Arian, who is the older, grizzled enlisted elf assigned to keep this group of young officers in line and hopefully alive, and maybe turn them into actual representatives of the Avalonian Navy someday. My pronouns are he, him.
Yeah, he's got his work cut out for him, apparently.
Yeah. So far, he's got kidnap hobos and murder hobos.
Yup.
I have a home. I'm not a hobo.
You don't have a permanent fixed address. You're a hobo. Some hobos have tents, too. It doesn't make them any less hobos.
We have a permanent fixed address. It's the Aryan Rod's Pride, except now we've been quickly transferred over to, I forget the ship's name.
So do I.
Sword of Stars.
Sword of Stars. It's a good name, actually. Right? And we are going to be training in the use of our brand new space bug suits.
The bug suit.
Yeah, so that we can be Space Marines.
Yep.
And technically, we do have a home address. It's apartment whatever at the Leafy Bell.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's true. You're no longer hobos. Yes, because the sergeant bought you a home.
That's true.
So now you just murder citizens.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Have we got everyone? I think we're ready to get started then.
Yes.
Eh? So let's flip
When we left you off, you guys were being transferred to the Sword of Stars. You were just moving over there, and they were taking off into space.
And I heard something about Brianna having an update or to go with my report that she was polishing off at the last second. Also, we need to change the picture, and we need Sirenscape.
Right.
Okay.
We have Sirenscape.
Okay.
Okay, where am I?
Intelligence log supplemental.
Intelligence logs.
I love it.
We have been transferred over to the Sword of Stars under Captain Gildespirit. Our direct line of command is Lieutenant Commander Uava Eversoul. Oh, actually, it's Major Morningheart, Uava Eversoul, and Lieutenant Morninguard. However, we have been given leave to work as an individual unit without direct oversight to train in our bug suits. We've just arrived, and we were in the process of getting situated and learning our way about the ship.
Mm-hmm. Because you're now on a troop carrier, a marine ship.
That's right.
They come in one size, freaking huge. All right, and your unit is given their own berth.
Which is kind of amazing. We're looking around going,
It
wow.
actually sleeps
Cool.
12, and the sergeant gets his own room off of the berth.
Fancy.
All right. Sleeps a 12-man squad.
So there's some empty space then.
Yeah, you guys have some empty room. You guys actually have some space on here.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah.
The sergeant will hand off the room to the lieutenant since we're just TAD and
Yeah, it makes sense.
doesn't have actual assigned quarters.
Right. You'll stay in the berth with everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that's the proper thing to do, isn't it? So, okay.
Yeah.
She
Normally
thinks
you
so.
don't have a whole shit ton of officers in a fucking unit.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
But normally you got a bunch of really low-ranking enlisted and a sergeant.
She's like, holy cow, look at the size of this room. Looking around. She's like...
Yeah,
For you non-naval types, TAD is temporary additional duty.
Yep.
Additional note. I'm still suffering from nightmares, however I am attempting a experimental procedure to combat that provided by Crowley, though I'm not sure just how effective it is.
Well, you slept last night.
True, but that may just be coincidental.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed to work for him, so he's, yeah, fair enough.
So do you take your rock in the morning?
Yes, I take my rock in the morning.
Okay.
Because I doubt Yasma will let me not take it.
Well, it always is best to follow orders.
And neither would Vonvin, since she's the one who picked up the rocks to make sure I had them.
Okay, so...
Okay, I'll settle into my room.
Mhm.
It probably takes me all of a minute,
Oh, yeah.
because I don't have enough
Toss
stuff
your dunny
to fill
in the
this room.
corner and,
Yeah, which I can. I can lazily toss my dunny in the corner instead of like making sure it's all passed or packed into the locker. I guess because
Yep. Because it's temporary assignment, so.
yeah. So I don't really want to
Don't
unpack
really wanna
anyway. What if I
unpack.
get transferred suddenly, right?
Yep.
But there's room to set up the bug suit, which is kind of interesting. So good.
Yeah. That's the other thing. As you guys are setting up, a couple of junior petty officers come in.
Yep.
Lieutenant?
Go ahead, she says.
Yeah, we're supposed to remove a couple of these bunks for you to give room for your armor.
Oh, that's a good idea, she says. Sure, why don't we take these ones over here?
Okay. Yeah, they begin disassembling some bunks.
Yep, awesome.
Ma'am, gear stowed. Permission to seek out the alchemy lab?
Highly doubt there's an alchemy lab on this ship there, Madrimland.
You'd already said there was, because they make their own powder here.
You
Right.
did. I recall that.
That's right, they do make their own powder.
That's one of the reasons why
That's
we
why
were
you're
transferred
on
here.
this ship,
Yes.
Yeah, because we were caught talking about using explosives.
Remember, no coffee.
No coffee in the alchemy lab. Yeah.
Yes, coffee is strictly out, Madrimlian. She says, you want to drink coffee, you go to the lounge and drink it.
Avalana.
Go ahead.
Sir, that
yes.
also includes tea,
Any drinkables.
any other drink that needs heating up. Hot cocoa, I don't care. None of it, sir.
Yes. Yeah,
Duly
what the
chastised,
Sergeant
thank you.
says.
We should like. I think we need to put
Sorry,
like
ma'am.
a sign on the lab, but if there isn't one already, it says no beverages. Now that I think
You
about
taking
it,
the green
that
lighter?
should be a bloody state policy.
Madrimland just gives a sigh of despair.
I'm sorry, sir. Sometimes with you officers, we have to be very, very
I
explicit.
got my headphones off, guys. I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Sorry.
Diane stole my lighter to light her cigar and then left it over by her.
Well, and all of my lighters are empty, so... Sorry.
Anyways, what was the last thing that was said?
I told Madrimlian that I was sorry, but sometimes with officers, you have to be extremely explicit.
Yes.
And he said, duly chastised.
We can be a little dense, Sergeant, says Rovell.
You don't say, says Celine drolly.
I just did.
Did you? She says. Guys, I've had about a grand total of 5 hours sleep. So that's with the nap that I took right before the game. So this could get interesting, I'm just saying.
Oh, join the club.
I find very strange things funny when I have had this little sleep.
Good.
All right. Yeah, so that taken care of, I'm going to settle back into... Well, I guess I'll make up the schedule is what I'll do. We're told to make our own schedule, so I'm going to make up a training schedule. It's important that we get the alchemy stuff done, though, so I will send Lurik along with Madrimlian to start cooking us up some gunpowder. Since we're going to need it to blow shit up.
Avalana.
Damn it. Ma'am, it's supposed to be a little more tactical than that. We're not just going to blow shit up. We're going to blow shit up with a purpose.
Yes.
I don't have any objection to blowing things up with a purpose, she says.
Blowing up's all fun.
So Lurik and Madriman go down to the alchemy lab.
Yep.
Right? It's in a well-ventilated part of the ship. There's nobody in there at the moment.
Check out what kind of supplies I have.
Mostly, they got a lot of sulfur, a lot of saltpeter, and a lot of
A lot of charcoal.
charcoal.
Yep.
They do
Alright,
have some other stuff, but
Do they have the stuff I'm going to need for my contact glue?
for your contact glue,
Yes, that's part of why he's
yeah.
here.
yeah. And they got something called nitroglycerin.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Scary, but fun.
Right, I forgot. This is, there are gnomes on this ship.
Yes,
We have
on this ship.
nitroglycerin. That's not without the realm of possibility, actually.
Yeah, as you're looking it over, a gnome comes in the room and goes, "Ah! Don't touch that."
Highly explosive from what I can tell.
Yeah, really highly explosive. He says.
Excellent. Can it be utilized as a shape charge?
Potentially, but it's impact, kinetic energy that sets it off.
Good to know. We may actually wish to study this because of our mission here. I'm Ensign Lallis Madrimlian from the Arian's Pride on special orders.
I am Specialist Tomkin.
And with Rudy, bangs fist on table. Blow it up! Blow it up! Blow it up!
Things make go boom.
I was rather surprised to discover that it was Shandar being the protagonist of the novels, mother, not father, where he gets his liking of mixing chemicals and blowing shit up. She seemed so serene.
This was in her gibbous phase.
Yes, her gibbous face. That's great. Thanks, that's terrible on that table. Don't do that there. Ow, hurt my ears.
Oh, whine.
Yes, I'm whining. It hurt my ears. I'm sure that the audience is not appreciating that either.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so...
He says, "This is my lab."
Produce the orders for use of the lab, which I'm sure we've been given.
Nope.
You have no orders about the use of the lab?
No.
Okay.
You can make those arrangements yourself.
Alright, then make the arrangements for use of the lab.
That's what you're doing right now. You're talking to the person who owns the lab.
But we'd appreciate the use of your lab to work on a glue for setting things up for shaped charges for breaching hulls.
No breaching charges, eh? Okay, I'm in. Let's do it, he says.
Alright.
Right. We're going to need a lot of nitroglycerin.
You need a lot of which?
Nitroglycerin. stuff I told you not to play with.
Right, so maybe we should get down to teaching me how to make this and proper respect for it.
I'll teach you proper respect for it. Whether or not you should make it, that remains to be seen, youngster.
You're cutting in and out there, Aaron, sorry.
He says, what did I just say? Shit. Teach you the proper way to handle it. Yes, I will, but whether or not I teach you to make it, that remains to be seen, youngster. Did I cut out again?
No, he just nods to the gentleman.
He looks at Lurik and he says, "You must be Lurik."
That I am. Sorry for not introducing myself. I was just studying your lab for a moment.
No problem, he says. He goes, "Well, you're a black powder specialist, so you can work in here."
Well, I was sent in part to help them. I'm behind the shaped charge brainchild initially.
Okay.
Well, both of us were a technicality, so...
Yes.
Well, just remember, in any discovery where there's more than one person involved, proper credit will never be given. In more than one failure where there's more than one calculator involved, default will never be properly given.
True enough.
So, on to business. In the meantime, you guys stow your gear, right? And you hear the officer of the watch bark out down the line that the ship is leaving harbor. Right? It's not actually in the harbor, it's in the ocean outside the harbor, but it's too big to be in the harbor.
Right. When we went on our ship tour, were we given any direction as to where our duty station is when we do things like pull in and out of harbor?
You don't have one. You're a Marine. Stay out of the way.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Right. And if they need help, be ready to lend a hand.
Gotcha. Well, this Marine thing is rather new for Celine, so okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you guys head out. Just about the time of the first dog watch, you guys are heading out into space. Right? You guys left about a little after noon. Right? So 4 hours out. Right? You're just the other side of the moon. Or the other planet. Ruby is the other one called?
Yeah, there are three. There are a bunch of worlds in the roots of Yggdrasil sprouts. The three inhabitable ones are Peridot, right? Ruby, which is basically dwarven territory, right? And a little tiny rock called Beryl, which is generally strictly Navy stuff only.
Right.
Yeah.
You're just the other side of Beryl at this point.
And I imagine at this point, Beryl is probably nothing more than a preliminary fire base. It probably isn't like a base yet. Just outpost right now, to look out for things because it's closer to the edge of the roots.
Yep. Alright. A lieutenant commander comes into the room. What did you say his name was there, Brianna?
Uava Eversoul.
Can you say that slower?
Uava Eversoul.
Uava? Or Luava?
You said it was UUAVVA.
Okay, yeah. Uava. Uava Eversoul. He says, "Where's Lieutenant?"
Sir, she says. Salutes.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Eversoul. He says, I'm the liaison for the Marine Corps on the ship. I understand you guys are a specialized unit and you're going to be practicing on your own.
That's my understanding too, sir, she says.
He says, well, I'm here to facilitate in any way I can, he says, given supplies and manpower that we have here.
Basically, we're training in boarding and insertion, she says. We've got a couple of alchemists on board who are looking to create shaped explosive charges. We've got some debris. Yes,
there's some old hulks out here. Yes. Ones where the seed was damaged.
Oh, that's unfortunate, she says.
So rather than leave them suffer, they were euthanized.
I imagine that's best, sir.
Yeah, I'm sort of with you. It's sort of hard to imagine. But
she says, well then, yes, sir. Dependent upon your schedule, of course. She says, we'd like an opportunity to train with those hulks. Learn to operate our armor suits and practice.
We're planning on putting in a spin dizzy in them to create the gravity on them.
That would be helpful, sir.
So you'll have gravity just like you would if it were a regular ship. Right, and there are a few actual hulks of ships out there too, with the spin dizzies taken out of them.
I didn't hear about this. Are there a lot of them, sir?
It's a graveyard. It's where old ships come to die.
Gotcha, she says. So we're going to try not to be in your way. A lot of us, including myself, could use some extra physical conditioning, she says. I've been Navy, and I've just recently been transferred to the Marines to be the...
We have a gymnasium on board.
Excellent, sir. She says that's great.
With a practice mat and boxing ring.
Perfect, she says. If you have no assignments for us in terms of physical regimen or whatnot, then I imagine our sergeant major will do that.
Staff sergeant.
Our staff sergeant will do that.
Yeah.
He's very good at it, sir.
Excellent, he says. I'll leave that up to him. And it's just about time for chow.
Sounds great, sir. I assume we go and eat in Marine country there too?
Yes.
Perfect, she says.
Marines have their own traditions around eating.
So they do, sir. Is there anything you need from us?
No, your orders?
Hands them to him.
Yeah, and puts them in his inside pocket. I'll deliver those to the captain.
Thank you very much, sir.
The captain's name is, what did you say it was there? Something...
Gilded Spirit?
Gilded Spirit, yes. Captain Gilded Spirit. Commander Gilded Spirit, but she's captain here.
Absolutely, she says.
But
all right, thank you. I appreciate that. Will the captain wanting to be meeting with us as well?
I'm sure she's going to want to come check out your exercises when you get those suits moving. We're sort of watching you bring them in. They're sort of novelties around here.
Novelties to us too, sir. I'm afraid we're probably going to look pretty pathetic at first. We are starting from scratch, she says.
Okay. And I'll leave y'all to it then. says to everybody in the room.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He heads out. Am I still grounded? Says Ravel.
Define grounded, she says. Raises an eyebrow.
Well, like, am I confined to quarters?
No, of course not, she says. We have to do our job, she says.
Yeah. On the other ship, I was confined to quarters. Unless I was doing my job.
User in your channel timed out.
Alright, who timed out, damn it?
Gareth, I think, because he said,
No.
be right back.
No.
Donna Blake.
Don Blake.
Ah.
How dare they?
Yeah,
User entered your channel.
there we go.
There we go.
Sorry about that.
It's alright. It happens. Yeah, she says, no, I want us to make a good impression. We're going to all be on our best behavior, and we're going to make ourselves useful where we can.
User disconnected from your channel.
The sergeant looks over at the Sunfall boys. You know that means you.
Absolutely, Sergeant.
Recognize we're inconveniencing this ship. They're going to have to make extra stops and extra allowances for us. They've already had to make extra room for us, so we're going to try to make that as minimally painful for them as we can.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Actually, Lieutenant,
Yeah? Yes.
Actually, Lieutenant, it's probably not that big a deal. Troopship deployments are usually pretty dull. Captain's probably secretly enjoying it. Don't let her fool you.
User entered your channel.
I hope so, she says.
Sorry about that, guys. I got a call. I thought it might be an emergency, but it was a butt dial.
I gotta love the butt dial. I have to wonder though. I've been thinking about this. Would the bug suit affect? The bug suit counts as armor, right?
Yes. Light
Okay.
armor. Counts as light armor, and you're a magus. You can cast spells in light armor.
Yeah, no. Just I lose my AC bonus.
Yeah. But it counts as a masterwork, magical, but not with any pluses. Breastplate, except for its light armor. Mithril breastplate.
Yeah, you think you have problems, right? At least you guys had proficiency in armor. I did
Yeah,
not
she
get
had
it
to
with my
take
class, right? You guys got a feat. I got to take armor.
Yep, witches don't normally wear armor.
The age-old complaint of the caster. Blah, blah, blah.
Yep, that's right. Bitch snivel moan, bitch moan, complain. That's me, you bet.
Talk to me when they strap you into a full suit of plate and then send you into the hottest place imaginable, man.
That sounds distinctly unpleasant, she says. But I imagine it's probably on the future duty list, considering, she says. I'm sure I will find out for myself.
Knock on the door.
Come in.
Yeah, Abel comes in, salutes.
Nods to him. Or her.
Him. Ma'am, he says, the captain would like to see you on the bridge.
We're, of course, at the captain's convenience, she says.
All of you.
Okay.
She says 2 of our number are in the alchemy lab.
Yes, ma'am. I'll fix them.
Thank you.
Waits to be dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nods to him.
Yeah, and he takes off.
Yeah, go to the bridge, I guess. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
User in your channel timed out.
We lost her again.
This is one of those nights where we're having so many computer and communication difficulties that, you're kind of like, okay, so why is technology working so much more shittily now, than it did in the 60s,
Yeah.
Because there's so much more that can go wrong.
Watching
It's
this
true.
documentary on the Vietnam War, and there's this
guy in the middle of a firefight, middle of the jungle.
it didn't crash.
Yeah.
That was 1965 in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Of course, his radio weighed 80 pounds, not 8 ounces.
True, but you could start it with a rock.
Yeah. Well, hurry up to the bridge then, because
Yeah.
one does not keep the commander of the ship waiting.
Yeah, and a private comes into the alchemy lab and says, "Sir," to Drumland.
Yes, Private?
Abel, rather. Sorry.
Yes, Abel?
It says, "Captain would like to see you and your team on the bridge."
Copy that, on our way.
Pack up what you were doing.
Yep.
"Oh, get running," says the alchemist. "I'll pack this stuff up."
Right. Thank you.
User entered your channel.
Yay!
Sorry, guys.
So, I
You
forgot to write
lost
down.
internet there.
Yeah.
But,
I forgot.
And you what?
We're using data now, so we should be good.
Are you going to have enough data to do this?
Voice shouldn't take that much.
That's true.
It's watching all those YouTube videos on your phone is what takes it usually.
Yeah.
And I forgot to write down the chief alchemist's name.
I forgot it. Anybody remember?
I
The
wasn't there.
Tomlin?
Yeah, Tomlin. That was it. Specialist Tomlin.
Alright, got it now, thank you. And yet we head to the bridge.
Which means his name is a string of gibberish about 47 characters long that has the word Tom probably at the beginning and Lynn somewhere in there.
Not wrong.
Because he is a gnome. And Lurik is probably just the beginning of his name. Lurik.
Yep. There's 8 more syllables after that.
Yeah. Okay, you guys come on up to the bridge and announce yourselves by knocking.
Yep.
Yeah, come, says the captain's voice. It's a melodic soprano voice.
Yeah, come in and salute.
Yeah.
User in your channel timed out.
Curses.
Jesus, why did we lose them again? They're on data, so they shouldn't have lost them.
I'm guessing it has something to do with clouds or weather.
Yeah, it's got to be something to do with where they are.
Did we have a designated name for our group at this point?
Not yet, no.
User entered your channel.
She says transfers from the Aryan Rod's Pride reporting is requested, ma'am.
Come on in, she says. She is a rather beautiful, if butchy looking, elven woman, as butchy as elven women get. Which is to say not very, because elven men are not very butchy looking. But she has her hair cut short and practical in a Marine's cut, which means it's got hair basically from the crown forward, but nothing around the back, like Zog's hair.
Right.
Right? And,
Air Force cut.
yeah. And, she's fairly muscular. I mean, she says, "Welcome to the Sword of Stars."
Thank you, ma'am. She's a lovely ship.
She's a pig. She gets a lot of troops into battle really quick.
I prefer stately, ma'am, she says.
Alright. I agreed to do this because I owe your captain a favor or two. Or 3 or many.
Yep, so now she's like thinking to herself, aha, yeah, okay, I knew this was an inconvenience. Anyway, yep.
And so, try to be as little, pain in my ass as you can.
We hope to stay out of your way and perhaps even be helpful, ma'am. And thank you, we appreciate this.
She nods, she says, "I think that keeping out of the crew's way would be the biggest way to stay helpful."
We can do that, she says. AJ redeems hydrate. Hail, hydrate!
Hail, hydrate.
Shalante.
Oh, hydrate!
Thank you, AJ. I sound like crap today because I haven't had enough sleep, by the way. I'm going to sound like crap all day. Sorry.
Yeah.
Celine's voice is usually much more melodic than this. Yeah. But maybe Celine sounds tired. She certainly had a rough over a week or so.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Madrimlian has to go find himself something to drink.
Find himself something to drink so he can take his rock.
Yeah. So anyway, yes. Hopefully we can be helpful. Stay out of the crew's way. Yes, ma'am, I think we can do that.
Excellent. She says we're going to get along just fine then. She says, "I look forward to seeing you put these things to use." She says, "Alchemy Lab is of course at your disposal." She says, "I've already talked to Tomlin. Right? He was expecting you."
Thank you, ma'am. We really do appreciate that, she says.
She says, he'll give you all the help you'll need to come up with this stuff. He's very good with explosives.
That's very pertinent, ma'am. I'm sure that will be amazingly helpful.
Yeah, he's got something there that's really, really nice, but highly volatile.
Oh? We'll have to discuss this later, she says to Madrimlian, looking excited about it.
So in the meantime, it's just about chow time. Alright, so why don't you guys all head down to the galley and get yourselves some food.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Pleasure to meet
She
you.
goes, I don't know if you eat Lurik, she says. But in any event, we'll try to accommodate your diet. And I take it you're a carnivore. She looks at her list, Crowley.
Yeah, I generally take care of my own food. Are there any rats on board?
Of course. It'd be much appreciated if you clear the rats out of the pantries.
And, you know, my groceries are taken care of.
Okay. He says, "Oh, and I was told you have a pet great cat."
Yes, I do.
Is it going to be a is the cat going to be territorial, spray things, or...
Oh, he's generally quite well behaved, and him and I talk quite often, so
Okay.
very
Alright.
intelligent, very understanding.
She goes, well, I'm a cat person myself, so...
Well, I'll have to bring Raja around to
To meet me, I'd like that.
and actually, if possible, if the storeroom can handle it, could probably use, 3 or 4 sides of beef just to make sure he has enough to eat. Sure,
Right.
there's not that many rats.
I'm sure that we can arrange for his meat requirements for the time being.
Thank you very much. That would be. And I'll make sure the cost gets covered.
She says, I transported at one time a contingent of the Cathar.
Oh, how interesting, says Celine, immediately looking intrigued.
Says, they were on the ship for 3 days. I've seen Smilodons and I know how they eat. She goes, I also know that trick that Aslan the Wing Lord taught me.
What's that, man?
She says, you create a wall of stone and then you cast stone to flesh on it.
Oh, that's clever, she says.
All I caught was create a wall of stone, and then it went blank.
Cast stone to flesh on it. And you have a big wall of meat.
Huh. Wow, that's quite clever, actually.
The cats enjoy it.
Yeah, Celine is like, wow, that's actually...
We have a ship's wizard on here that is fully capable of doing that. She says. So, I'll have him come down and put some meat in the hold for you there, Crowley.
Sorry, what was that?
She says, I'll have our ship's wizard come down and put some meat in the hold for you and your companion.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
No problem.
I'll make sure we reduce your rat population.
Muchly appreciated.
Yeah, Celine smiles, because that's good. What's something we can do to be helpful instead of a pain in the ass.
Okay. She says, after dinner, she says, you will be in position for you guys to do your first flight tests.
Well, I'm sure it should be entertaining, ma'am. We're brand new, she says.
I've been out once.
Which is once more than me, ma'am.
No, that was Ruvel.
Oh. Yeah. No, she looks over Ruvel, nods, and says, which is once more than me, ma'am. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, I suppose I should ask, where is smoking permitted on the ship, ma'am?
She says, in the pit, by the smoking lamp.
Thank you, she says. Not all of us smoke, but some of us do, she says.
Mudgerman just gazes over at Ruval at that comment.
I find myself very amused, by the way. Like, out of game, I'm amused, because Drimlian will be smoking quite regularly by the time we catch up with him in the books.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm aware of that. I mean, I've already got him started on a pipe, so.
Yeah, no, I think it's good that you're playing that now. Is all I'm saying. It's a good dynamic. It's fun. Yeah. Being stern towards the Sunfall boys because they smoke, and then yeah,
Smoking in the midshipman's berth.
it's funny.
She says, and I take it you're going to want the garden there. She looks at her thing again. Von Vin?
Yes, please.
She says, alright, I'll have one of the boys show you to the gardens after you eat.
I'd like to join her if that's all right. She says.
Absolutely, everyone's welcome in the gardens.
Excellent.
We wouldn't be elves if we weren't welcome in the gardens. She says, we are still elves, aren't we?
Last I checked, ma'am.
Yes. Well, except
most
of
of
course
us.
for the Phoenix and the gnome.
She smiles to hear the captain refer to him as a gnome as opposed to an automaton or some other such nonsense.
The German looks at his skin and goes, "Nope, haven't changed colors. Still an elf."
Yeah, if you changed colors, you'd still be an elf, says Cersei's. You'd just be a funny colored
But not
elf.
if he started tentacles.
That's true. If he sprouted tentacles, he wouldn't be an elf.
Well, they,
Depends
Yeah.
on how many tentacles, says Celine.
Haven't spread any tentacles yet either. Thank goodness.
You suddenly turned into a mushy brown pile, we'd call you a poo, but you still look like an elf to me.
He call you a poo.
That sounded like the most backhanded compliment I've ever heard, Crowley. Forgive us, ma'am. I hope we're not wasting your time with our...
It's fine,
jest.
she says. I like to see my crew in good humor, she says, so take your humor down to the galleys.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah,
Avalana.
as a dismissal and,
Yep.
salute and out we go.
Yep, so head out.
Yep.
Well, I thought that went well, she says, once they get away from the door.
As you're heading out there, Arian, she says, Staff Sergeant, may I have a word with you for a moment?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. She says, I'm not an idiot. I know there's always troublemakers in every group. Who should I be looking out for?
Sunfall Boys are local troublemakers, and Crowley is completely uncontrollable as he's outside the chain of command.
Right.
Don't expect to have any control over him. Usually well behaved aboard ship, but you never know what he's going to do.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. That's all.
Blunt, man.
Mm-hmm.
Boots and leaves.
Yep.
Well, we weren't told to hang around, so we'll have been walking. But we'll have been, moseying a bit so that he has a chance to catch up. Yeah.
Yep. So y'all make it down to the mess, the galley.
Yep. Look around to see what the Marines are doing.
Marines are in a lineup.
Okay, go stand in the lineup with the Marines.
Celine gets a message in her head. Yeah, he's got nitroglycerin, highly explosive and triggered by impact.
Oh, she thinks. Neat. Yeah, so she just plunks herself in the line behind the hindmost Marine.
Yep. Ma'am, he says.
Evening, she says.
He says, today's Theria, and Theria is Cutlets Day, he says.
Cutlets sound great, she says.
Mm.
Of course, I understand that in the Marines, we do not turn up our nose at anything, she says.
We try not to, ma'am.
Generally advisable, I find, she says.
Sergeant leans out. Except apricots, ma'am. Remember,
Oh,
no
yes.
apricots.
Except
No
apricots.
She says. Right.
No apricots, right.
Lieutenant Wintermist, she says.
He says, Lance Corporal,
We have a random name generator for just this reason.
Yeah, and I don't have it open.
Speaking of which, while he's looking that up, shout out to Artie, creator of the Humbleverse universe, who built me a calendar converter. I am so excited. I have a thing where I can type in the date in the Avalonian calendar, and it will tell me what the date is in the Fomorian calendar, which isn't going to matter in this campaign, but matters in the Toy Soldier Saga. And I just thought, yay, worth mentioning. So
Cool.
it has saved me hours of time already. So
Wait, we don't wind up in the first war?
of course we're going to wind up in the first war. Why it's not relevant is that the Fomorians don't go and make their own calendar until after the first war.
Oh.
Because the standard date is the Avalonian calendar that everybody in space uses.
He says, Lance Corporal Frostblade, man.
Frostblade? Yeah. Well met, Lance Corporal, she says, extends her hand.
Yeah, he takes it.
Oh.
You know, do you want to go ahead of me?
Oh no, that's fine, she says. Unless that's expected, she says.
No. Not in the Marines. The Marines are the officers that are not charging across go first. Yes. Then everybody else goes.
Gotcha, she says.
I understand you guys are like bugmen, eh?
That's right, she says. Yeah, and to be honest, we're fairly new to it, so we're gonna look ridiculous at first. Come check it out if you got time and you want a good laugh, she says.
I'm just going on duty.
Okay.
That's my watch.
Right.
So I'll probably be on deck anyways, probably see a lot of it.
Well, I'm sure it'll be a show, she says. I lie, she says. Some of these guys are going to be really good at it. I probably won't be. She says, I'll need some work.
London says, no, I will be the most competent.
Well, we'll find out. There's no prizes for last, she says.
This is the Marines. There's no prizes for first either.
Prize for first is more work, Bab.
Oh, well, then I have nothing to worry about. She
Welcome to the Marine Corps.
Excellent, she says.
See, the Marines, we believe that if you come in first, we weren't working you hard enough.
That's logical, she says. I can appreciate that.
Always room for improvement, ma'am.
I agree completely, she says.
Oh, this is us.
All right.
Look at those cutlets. Oh.
Well, they certainly smell good, she says.
Yep, veal cutlets is what you guys are eating.
Dead baby lambs. Or dead baby
baby
cows.
cows.
Yeah.
As Rowan will remember from her time in cadets.
That's right. That's how you get city girls to give you their veal chop when your pork chop is dubious. Tell them exactly where veal comes from and make baby moo noises.
That's why it's called veal and not baby cow, you know.
Yep, I'm sure. Yeah, well, get food. Nobody waits for you to, nobody serves you in the Marines or the Navy for that matter.
Oh, they slop it onto your plate.
Oh, well, yeah, but, get in there and make sure to get my share.
Yep.
Yep. It's a very typical, almost human dish that you're getting here today.
Good, hearty food. We're going to need it. We're going to need lots of exercise, so works for me.
Chow down a bunch.
Yeah.
Aw, Rudy's off. Well, I don't blame you. It's late.
The rocker?
No, they're going to sleep.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us. You can always listen to the rest of it later, of course. It'll be archived for a couple of weeks. I am uploading everything to the YouTube channel, but I have released none of it because I still haven't finished audio correcting the first episode. That is almost done, however, and should be available within the next couple of weeks. Probably this week, maybe next week.
Good night, Rudy.
Sleep well. Maybe you'll get the sleep the rest of us are lacking.
Okay, we're gonna need some ship sounds.
Except for some reason I fired up all the sensor blips and things too on that track. Grrr. You know, there's an airship suite I've been meaning to check out. We should download that when we're done today.
There. Okay, so food is served. Like all food in the Navy, it's delicious.
Yep, that's right, because it's food and it's in front of your face. I don't know. I understand they feed you pretty well in the Navy.
They do.
Oh, that's nice music. Where'd we get that?
Music for wide open spaces.
Oh, I like it. I think I run this when I'm doing other streams, actually. No, I like it. It's great.
It's from the shipboard one.
In the Sirenscape Sci-Fi collection there? Yeah. Pretty.
Okay, you guys eat.
Yep, dig into our food.
Yep, enjoy.
Yep.
The Sergeant Wolf is down, said he can go prep his bug suit ahead of the other guys.
Okay.
Yeah, Madrimlin is no slacker with his fork and spoon either.
Double shovel.
He wants to get back to the alchemy lab.
And everybody knows how much London likes food.
Yes.
I don't know, if the sergeant is preparing his suit, then that means that we are about to do exercises after, so you're not running off to the alchemy lab. You have to train in your suit too.
And they need the alchemy.
I do believe the captain said we'd be in position for our first flight right after chow, ma'am.
That's correct. She says, so no, we're not running off to the alchemy lab. She says to Madrimlin, and we're not running off to the garden either.
Right. Gotta get used to the suit before I can actually figure out how to plant these things.
Well, if we look like floundering idiots out there and accidentally use that nitroglycerin in the wrong place, then I don't think we're going to like the results, she says.
Well, ma'am, I don't expect that we'll be playing with charges this time. No.
Oh, no. We have nothing ready, even if we wanted to, she says. Which I definitely
This will be
wouldn't
more.
advise.
This will be more orientation and looking at the hulks to see what we want to do with them.
Makes sense,
Mhm.
she says.
I think we need to have a plan before we actually start playing with the boom boom.
Yes. I agree, she says.
Sure enough.
Yep.
You guys get to plan attacks, and I get to plan hang back with Celine so we can heal your asses if it fucks up.
I didn't really understand
I
that.
didn't understand that either, Rowan. You were saying something about
Kinda
you get to
muffled.
plan. Something
Yeah,
else?
the plan is that me and Celine will need to be hanging back so we can heal everybody if they screw up. And
Yeah. Yeah, you and Celine will be in a healer's position, exactly.
At least you're a caster there, midshipman. You'll have a little bit easier time handling the suits than those of
Yeah.
I'm betting I'm going to need some healing.
Well, that's why I'm here, she says.
Well, let's hope we don't need any healing on this trip, says
Yeah.
If we need healing, it means that, you tripped and fell into somebody, or Xerxes stabbed somebody uncontrollably with his sword. Xerxes goes, fuck you, man. Well, you did stab the sergeant, he says.
Yes, you did.
I apologize.
Sunfall.
What was that?
Midshipman Sunfall.
Yes. Yes, Sergeant.
Is your glass in your dunnage?
Is my glass in my dunnage? Yes.
Can I borrow it when I go get my suit?
Absolutely.
Good. So as soon as I finish, I'm going to head back, suit up, and then go up on deck and scan the graveyard because they tend to be places where things other than hulks reside as well, and I want to make sure nothing's out of place.
Right. Yeah.
Just like in the ocean, a floating hulk of a ship is a wonderful place for starfaring creatures to make their homes.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them do not like being bothered. Yes.
User in your channel timed out.
That and pirates, man. Pirates like to park in graveyards.
She nods. Yeah.
User entered your channel.
Yeah, I expect they do, she says.
Would you like an extra set of eyes there, Sergeant?
Absolutely, sir. If you want to join me, I'll get up and go deposit my tray and head back to suit up.
Yep.
Follow suit.
Okay.
Sergeant, you're going to have to explain this thing to me because I've got no clue. Unlike everybody else, I didn't actually purchase one, so I've got no idea what the heck is going on with these things.
So basically, it's a suit of light armor that has a miniature self-powered spin dizzy in it for those of us who can't cast. Can cast. It's a little more maneuverable and easy to use. Basically, they're just personal space propulsion. I do not like the term Bugman. I called the first tactical armored group or something. I don't know. Bugman just sounds stupid to me.
Yeah, well, we may get stuck with it.
the wings formation sort of reminds me of dragonflies.
Yes, something other than Bugman. Not enamored.
Charlie says, First Assault Tactical Squad.
we'll have to get it officially recognized. They'll still call us Bugmen, but at least we'll have a real name we can.
Or bats.
Yeah, well, if we can find some way to turn bug into a acronym, that'll be better for us.
Yeah. Anyway, suit up, head up on deck, and start
Yeah,
scanning.
start scanning out the area.
Yeah.
Yep.
First thing you see is the hulk of a human heavy freighter. Right. That looks, for all the world, like it would be operational if they had a spin dizzy in it.
We know which ships they were going to put the temporary spin dizzies in.
They haven't told you yet, but there's a sergeant on his way over to you. You imagine probably to tell you what is going on there. He says, Staff Sergeant?
Sergeant?
He says, we're thinking we're going to put, there's a few of these ships that look in good condition. We're going to mount a spin dizzy on just to give them gravity and stuff. He says, we're going to need the help of your crew to get the spin dizzies over there.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll get the guys ready and we'll meet you on the deck back on the quarter deck.
Okay, Sergeant. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
Yeah, my drumlin did not quit scanning the graveyard for things that may seem out of place.
No, nothing seems out of place here. It's pretty peaceful. Right, you do see some star sharks down a ways, but they won't pose any threat to you, really.
Alright, he'll make note of where they are and which direction they're currently circling.
Yeah, when we get up on the deck.
Yeah, which happens about now. In your suits?
Yep.
Oh, it's already hot and sweaty.
I will cast a cantrip to make it nice and cool in here for me. Because I can do that. Everybody else can suffer.
I didn't miss that there, Von Vin.
You sound very muffled today there, Rowan. It's difficult to understand you in
Yeah,
places.
it's her internet, I think.
Oh, is it? Nah. Sorry to ask for repeats all the time.
That's what prestidigitation's for?
Yes.
Yep.
That's right.
It might just be a positioning thing because I'm not at home with my laptop. I am somewhere else.
Ah.
So the sergeant looks over at the Sunfall boys. Says to them, "There's midshipmen. Why don't you take those of us who haven't yet flown out and show them a little bit of the ropes that we explored the other day?
Sure thing, Sergeant.
Get them kind of familiarized with the operations of the suit."
Yeah. Yeah, he says basically, you guys ready to do this?
Yep.
Okay. The suit defies gravity, he says. It flies. It flies by thought. You control it with your thoughts. So, you think to yourself you want to go up, right? And the wings, you see the wings on his suit angle towards the source of light out here, which is not a sun.
Yeah, actually, it's are we in the roots?
Yeah, you're just outside of the Elven shipyard.
Okay, so the source of light here, actually, there's sort of the space around here kind of has its own very dim glow,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the planets reflect like moons.
Right.
So
it points it at Peridot, and he lifts up into the air.
well, we might as well do some basic maneuvers at the same time, folks. Let's do it.
Yep.
I think up and I try to go up.
Okay. Right? There's a sudden feeling like the ground, the deck leaps away from you. Right?
Whoa.
And you're moving up at a fair angle, like fair speed.
Cillian gets Cinderhead. Why does my stomach feel like I left it on the deck?
The answer is oppositional, spin dizzy, and starfaring engine operation.
Right. Right, says Ruvel. Stop before you guys hit the rigging.
Yep.
Stopping.
No, stop. I take it this is a pilot check type thing?
No, just taking off is not really required a check. Right? You can take 10 and take off. It's a difficulty 10 task. Right? As long as you don't have any, like, distractions or danger around you, you won't have to roll to do basic maneuvers. Right? You just take your time. You want to try and maneuver at high speed, then you got to start doing some rolls. Either pilot or fly.
I get the same skill in both, so.
Yeah. Anyways. Alright.
The sergeant will walk back to the quarterdeck and see if the first spin dizzy's up.
Yeah, they got them on the deck there. A couple of them. They're not light. They weigh about 400 pounds.
Right?
Yeah. Ruvel says, let's move us up to where the sergeant is and see if we can get ready to start taking stuff out. He says, get used to it. Move around a bit. Right? If you think left, you'll go left. If you think right, you'll go right.
Gotcha. And Benjamin is thinking, we're probably going to need some tow cables to get those things moved. But I'm pretty sure that the three of us could move one of those easily enough.
Spinning in a circle trying to get control.
So they're spinning in a circle?
Yeah.
Okay, you get dizzy. That's what you get.
Yeah, I get dizzy. I manage to stop and then I start spinning the other way.
Hey, that works. That actually does work.
Yeah, it really does.
I figured to let's see how fast I learn by doing a flight check.
Okay?
Fuck, I rolled a 1.
Did you?
So I have a +7 to it, so it's. But nope, I rolled a 1.
Okay, you get up into the air, and then you decide that you're going to go forward, and for some reason you thought that forward was up, and you hit the rigging, and
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
and crash into the rigging.
I knew this was going to be a show. Let's go see if we can help him out.
And that's what we're doing. Saying, we're thinking, so I can understand being a sailor, so I can get him out of that rigging.
Okay, everybody can make a flyer.
Yeah, take it slow, guys. He's not going to die being cut in or being in the rigging.
Yep.
Total of 22.
Nice. Down here.
Nat 20.
You rolled a natural 20?
I can take a picture of it if you want to confirm it.
No,
I
we believe you. Look, guys, the way we discussed this long before.
I discussed this long before with most of my gamers, and the fact of the matter is, if you're gonna cheat, the only person you're cheating is yourself. You know, you're cheating yourself out of the fun of the game. Right?
That's what I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so what do I care?
I've got a total of 5.
Total of 5. Well, this is gonna be a clusterfuck.
Unnatural 20.
A natural 20, okay. You guys start moving around, trying to maneuver into the area. Yasma loses control of her suit and goes crashing right into Arden.
Celine puts her bed. It's like, oh my god.
Sorry.
Yep, now you're both tangled up in the rigging.
No.
Bonvin amazingly has 24. I rolled an 18 and I get a plus 6 because I took 1 point to fly and I get a plus 2 dex bonus and a plus 3 bridge thing bonus.
Yep, here's class skill.
Nice.
Yeah, fly is a class skill for me as well. I just rolled a 1.
Yeah,
Yep.
you just failed catastrophically.
I'm running on straight decks for my pilot or my flight.
Yep.
And when I get some more emojis for this channel, I might make, like, dice with ones,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to carefully, taking my time, maneuver up there and try to rescue them.
Yeah, the rest of you get into position, start pulling them out of the rigging. Right? Much to the guffaws of the sailors down on the deck.
I'm sure. Wave cheerfully at them.
Yep. Work the rigging so that we can get the ropes away from her around the bug suits.
Yep.
Yeah, Bonvin will help.
Yep.
So, Aaron, how much did you say the Spin Dizzy weighs?
About 400 pounds.
1 point away from being able to pick one up and take it over.
Look at them. Oh, fuck. Pick up the Spin Dizzy.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
Well, hey, when you get to level 4, you can put your point at your stat increase into strength, and there you go.
I'm going to need it for something else, actually, but that's pretty funny. I just wanted to see where I was at.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to just been able to go, all right, they're flying, let me take care of this.
Yep.
Yeah, looking at everybody else like, you bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but lift is not the same as carry, is it not? So you just need somebody to help you lift it to your shoulder, and then you can fly off with it. Just saying.
Sort of. Remember that the bug suits have their own gravity.
Yeah, and since you're basically the center of your own gravity in that case. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
So
two.
it will still be heavy, unfortunately, even in space. In that case, if you if you point it yourself, once you have left the gravity well of the ship, at whatever you were going at, once you got the spin dizzy into space, and then cut your engine, right? It would weigh nothing, and you and it would sail on a trajectory directly towards whatever you were aiming at.
Right.
Till we got there, it did. Oh wait, doesn't have a spin dizzy on it, no gravity yet, so I wouldn't instantly fall to the deck.
No, but you would crash into the side of it with a 400-pound object pulling you.
Yeah. Mass.
Well, I
What is
imagine
it?
with some sophisticated maneuverings of, like, readjusting with your spin dizzy, you could slow things down. But I certainly would not try that yet.
Lorik will help him take it over.
Okay, you guys get all
Is it
untangled,
necessary?
get down there.
Hands trying to untangle makes a big
All
mess.
right.
So, Lurik, you said you're going to help me haul one over?
Yep, you guys pick up the spin dizzy and begin heading over that way. As long as you take it slow, it's okay.
Yeah.
Now the rest of us are going to concentrate on not crashing into the rigging as we head over.
Yes.
Says Celine.
Now, how many spin dizzies were there that need to be taken over? Just one?
Nope, 3.
We're okay. In
And
that
some
case,
technicians.
Yeah, so they can put it in properly.
the technicians might be better off taking a lifeboat over.
Yeah, they're going to go over in a lifeboat.
Aaron, since I'm not really doing any suit training or anything, I'm gonna go down to the alchemy lab and kind of watch and learn, kind of see what the alchemist is going
Sure.
about doing for recipes.
Sure, you bet. Okay.
Yeah, my Dremlin will grab the Sunfall boys, and we'll take another one over.
That's the logical choice there.
I'm finishing.
Fine.
Okay.
Why don't you have Crowley
Can you
meet...
wake up Jamie?
Oh, were we supposed to earlier?
Yes, 7:30.
Yep, no
We're
problem.
going to take a break here, guys, and she's going to wake up Jamie.
Well, I was thinking that actually you could do Crowley meeting the alchemist, which could be important. And then if I'm still not back, which I should be, then we will take a momentary break. But in the meantime, carry on. I am AFK.
Yeah, you head down to the alchemy lab there,
Okay.
Crowley.
Walk in, kind of.
Hello, says the Noman there.
Oh, sir, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Black Phoenix, I've never seen one before.
I hear I'm pretty rare. Also unwelcome.
Phoenix are a superstitious lot.
Yes, yes. Although, so maybe they have a reason.
You think?
I heard the guys talking about explosives, whatnot. Now, I have a question. Said something is...
You cut out after something is.
What would that be?
You cut out after something is.
Okay. Something is extremely explosive. What would...
What would that be? He goes, well, I've got lots of extremely explosive stuff, but what are you looking for in particular? Depends on how big of a bang you want to make.
User in your channel timed out.
Oh.
User entered your channel.
What was the last thing you heard?
Hear me.
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. I had said, what exactly is it that's explosive and volatile?
Alright, he says, I have many explosive and volatile things in the lab. He says, it depends on how big of a bang you want to make.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand that black powder is reactive and explosive, not powerful
Mm-hmm.
amounts. Now, do you have something that may be a little more reactive and explosive, something to stabilize it, up the explosive,
Sure.
lesser explosive?
Yeah. He says,
Say, taking black powder. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nitroglycerin can be stabilized in a form called dynamite. Which is not really stable, but much more stable.
So I take it nitroglycerin is it?
Is which?
I take it nitroglycerin is made in a liquid form?
Yes. And stored in a liquid form, too. He goes, you put a stabilizing agent in it and it makes it completely stable. He says, then you separate it later when you want to use the explosive.
Something like a mineral oil.
Sorta, yeah.
Something that can take a little more of the impact than...
Well, it's chemical reaction. It makes the nitroglycerin inert when you put it in.
Okay,
Which, in case you guys want to know, is reality. That's how they transport nitroglycerin. They put it in a compound that makes it inert, and then they separate it when they want to use it. And you know what they use to separate it?
That.
Anybody want to guess?
Yeah, I want to know.
Water.
Seriously?
Yeah, because the compound that they mix it with is lighter than water, and nitroglycerin is heavier than water.
Okay.
And they're both oils, so they don't mix with water. Alright, so they put it in water, and the stabilizing compound floats to the surface, and the nitroglycerin floats to the bottom with a really big, like, boiling effect in the water. Looks really neat.
We've been raided.
Raided?
We were raided? Cool.
Lemon raid.
Lemon
Thanks,
raid.
Greg.
Welcome, Greg. Yay. Thanks for the raid.
Hello, Esong.
Welcome aboard, everyone.
Hey, Bob.
So I have a couple of ideas for explosive, but also a delivery device.
A delivery device. Okay, I'm listening.
Now, almost
He likes his pipe.
think of a creature like a bird or a bat. How they can narrow their bodies out, right? Flight for going fast and hard.
Mhm.
Furl their wings out really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, something along that idea as light enough that it's that the wings would be made of metal, but they would fold back when holding it. Handles on the allow for someone to hold it,
Mm-hmm.
almost use fly one of those.
You're cutting in and out, Blake.
Roll.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
Use it with handles on the inside of it. Inside the two wings, there's a space for a person to stand and hold on to it. Use it
Okay.
to almost steer themselves in tighter turns, maneuvers in those suits. Now, just beyond the handle, there's a explosive charge. Now, when they fly towards a ship and knock the ship with the tip of this thing, the wings fold out and jab into the side of the ship, therefore holding the charge against the ship and allowing them to release and fly away that offset charge.
I think I understand what you're saying.
As soon as you guys are done this, let me know so I can interrupt and give a, brief. This is the absolute essential. You need to know what's going on for our raiders.
Okay. Just a thought. Maybe you could run it by the guys. Crowley will say, "Do you mind if I just sit back and watch you work?"
Not at all.
Okay. I can learn a great deal just from observing.
He nods. Okay, so fill in the raiders.
Well, briefly, the crew, mostly the young officers of the Arianrod's Pride, have been temporarily transferred to a troop carrier ship where they are about to experiment with some new archaeological or magitech devices, right? Which they're referring to as bug suits. They're basically they're space marine outfits. They're just magical ones, right? And they are taking their maiden flight currently and trying to figure out how to maneuver them where there's a ship graveyard so they can practice on the dead hulks of the ship. There is a technology called a spin dizzy, which operates a starfaring ship and also creates gravity, and they need to set one up on the hulk of the ship. Crowley, Blake's character, who you just heard speaking, is not in this exercise. He is currently talking with the alchemist, the master alchemist, on the troop carrier ship, who creates all the blowy up things that we're going to be using.
A boom, 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 boom.
To practice our new ship insertion
We love
tactics.
which name there? Eson Crowley?
Sorry, what's that?
Oh, one of our people in our stream has said they love the name Tech. Oh, Magitech.
Magitech, yeah.
Spin Dizzy. Spin Dizzy is an homage to a writer way back in like the 50s or 40s named James Blish, who wrote a book called Cities in Flight.
A classic science
fiction, and they flew by means of something called the Spin Dizzy. So we gave it as an homage to him. It's not the same thing, but
well, it has a lot in common with it.
Has a lot in common with it.
All right. So yeah, and if you have any questions as we go, feel free to ask them. The chat does tend to, we pay attention, so we will answer them. If anything's confusing, let us know. And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, so the rest of you, pilot your suits over to where the spin dizzies are located so you can start transporting them to the hulks. And in the meantime, Arian and Lurik, you get to the Hulk with the Spin Dizzy and a few engineers that came by on a lifeboat.
Yes, not trusting our shitty driving to get them over here. The suits sound awesome. I'll find the article link here.
Yeah.
Aaron wrote them up for World Anvil, of course.
So the sergeant will naturally take the most distant Hulk we're going to.
Yeah. He won't actually, or he will actually take the most distant Hulk?
What was that?
You said you won't take the most distant Hulk, or you will?
The sergeant will. Him and Lyric will go to the furthest away one, leaving the closer ones to the other guys.
Okay. Yeah, they begin setting up these spin dizzies on the ships. Nobody else ends up in the rigging of any of these Hulks.
That's good.
Yay!
He's on that's World Apple article.
Yeah. Okay, so basically I'm watching mostly to make sure nobody kills themselves while I try not to kill myself. That's what I'm doing. You know, and hey, I'm the supervisor. As the commanding officer, that's my job. So, okay, so lift that over there and, whatever else needs to be done.
Yep. In about 4 hours is what it takes you guys to get everything over and set up. Alright. Alright, you guys now have 4 Hulks with spin dizzies on them, so there's gravity aboard.
Nothing was inhabited by a space monster we had to kill or anything?
Nope, not over here.
Oh, that's almost disturbing in and of itself.
Any of the Hulks with any small breaches in them?
Oh yeah.
Little tiny ones, lots of them.
Wait, as in what?
As if it were peppered with high velocity micro asteroids or something.
Oh no.
Okay, good. There's one worry.
Thank God.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah, no, we're not working here. Bye.
Yeah, and then it gets peppered with little micro asteroids. No. Traveling up portions of sea.
Yes, no, we're not dealing with that.
Anything that can be repaired?
Oh yeah. Some of these ships can be repaired.
The Madriman's gonna try repairing a couple holes in some of the ones that we're putting the spin dizzies on.
Okay. With what?
Psionic repair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can sit there and slowly repair the ships.
Lieutenant, if we have problems and it doesn't quite work the way we want, I can repair it and we can try again.
That's great. She says, I'm reluctant to do heavy damage to the hulks that are repairable.
But we're gonna have to practice on the ones with the spin daisies, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have to. I'm seeing if I can repair some of these so that they look as if they're fully functional, but still available for practice.
She says if the Starseed ships are dead, then I have less concern about damaging them, As a matter of fact, we probably should make sure that they're not in usable condition so that nobody can scavenge them and then masquerade as Navy, she says. Kill two birds with one stone, clean up some garbage while we're out here. Okay, I'll tell you. Actually, I'm looking around because this seems like a very unusual situation to me, right? All these different ships out here in this graveyard. Like, why are they all here? Does it look like there was a big battle here?
At one time, yeah.
Aha. Okay, there's a couple of dead starseed ships of various sizes.
Yep.
Okay, what was the name of the sergeant's parents' ship that was sunk?
The sergeant's parents' ship was called the... Let me come up with a good name here. The...
If anybody's got
Moonflower.
naming stuff, you can always use it for
Yeah, you
things
can always
like
use
that.
a naming thing if you guys want to name a starship.
The Moonflower, this one's called?
Yeah.
Okay. I am looking for a nameplate that says Moonflower.
No.
Okay, it was worth checking.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now I can actually put it into the notes.
Good stuff.
So while they're doing that, the sergeant's like, was the furthest away one that heavy human merchant you were talking about?
Yes.
So the sergeant's going to be wandering through and kind of like making notes and mapping the inside so that he knows where to look at breaching point.
Sure. Do you have knowledge engineering?
Do.
But he has Lyric with him.
But he has Luric with him, and Luric, I believe, has knowledge engineering.
I have
Yep,
knowledge
and I
engineering as
will
well.
be... No, I don't have. Oh,
Who
I
was
think
that
I
who says
do.
it?
But
Who is
Chris
that who-
does.
Chris, do you have knowledge engineering?
I do.
Oh, okay.
So do I, so...
Yeah.
I will be helping.
You guys can both make a knowledge engineering check.
$26.
I only got a 21, so I will assist Lurk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Luric, you find a couple of good breaching areas on these ships where the hull is thinner near the back.
Can I tell from the compartment we find them in what the use would have been for that compartment?
Mm-hmm. Captain's quarters.
Tactically, because that would allow us to get away with some intelligence, or
Mm-hmm.
if we could catch them by surprise, we could decapitate the ship. So that's a good choice.
Yep.
Just in the chat, Esong suggested that we name a ship, maybe this ship, maybe another ship. I'm not sure. Please clarify. I think it's Celestis that she meant to say, or it could be Calestis.
In the chat? I don't have that.
Oh, it's before the Moobot.
I got it. I'm going to put down possible ship names in the in notes.
Good stuff, Brianna. Thanks.
Are you looking at Kaelestis, Kael, Esong, or?
Or Celestis. Yeah. In the meantime.
You're right, they do both have an appeal there.
Yes, definitely. They're both rather pretty names.
Yeah, okay.
Either would be appropriate. Ironically, Calestis, right, is the name of a future character of significance that will appear in the novel series.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna call it the Kaelestis because I want to foreshadow that.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Cool.
Okay. The ship your parents disappeared on, Arian, was called the Calestis.
I like that.
Okay, so you guys get the other spin dizzies onto the ships. Did Jamie get up?
I woke him up.
Wake him up again? He wanted to have dinner ready by the time we were done. So you can go to your mom's.
Yeah.
Considering that it was
So anyway, carry on. Don't hold up the game.
Yeah, you guys meet up with the sergeant and Lurik on the ship. You're in the midpoint between New York City and Philadelphia.
well, the sergeant was going to say, considering that it was after chow and it took us 4 hours to set up, that's probably
Yeah.
close to rack time.
Yep. Yeah. Everyone looks pretty tired too. All right. And you're mentally tired. All right.
Then, and I'd suggest that you take everybody else back to the ship and get them tucked in for the night. I want to check one thing and then I'll be back.
Yeah, she's not here at the moment. She's AFK.
Oh, I didn't hear her say that.
Yeah.
So I'll look at Majermalian and I'll say, Ensign, as second in command,
Yeah.
I suggest.
Yeah, let's get ready back to barracks.
Back to the berths. Okay.
What did I miss?
Oh, you guys finished setting up, and the sergeant figured it was time to go back and get some shut eye.
Yeah, good idea. So we don't embarrass ourselves further today by crashing into the rigging.
Swinging from the rigging is a brilliant engineer. Converted all the piston.
Yeah, and he'll set it up so that... Sorry, so you were saying something there, Sergeant?
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, and I want to check on one thing before I head back, but back very shortly.
Okay.
I'll stick with him.
No, that's okay. You go ahead. I'll stick with them.
Ivana, let's go, crew. We're heading back. We're gonna land one at a time, and... Arden, you're down first.
Good idea.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you guys land. It doesn't take that much. Some of you do it harder than others, but...
What are you looking for, if I might ask? She says to the sergeant when they're gone.
So, ma'am, Ensign Majermalian said he spotted some star sharks down the way a little while ago, and maybe we better bring back some fish for the captain since we're out of a rigging.
That's a good idea. Let's see what we can do, she says. Yep, hunt out some stuff.
Sure, catching some fish ain't very difficult in space. Right? Because where there is fish, there tends to be tons of them.
Also, they're big.
And they're big. Because, like they say, fish grow to their environment. Star sharks are huge. They're like megalodon sized. Right? But there are fish around here like star tuna and even star trout.
Yep.
Yeah, there's nebula trout.
Ooh. Neat.
Yeah,
I
they're
got
like a space rainbow trout, except for they call them nebula trout because they sort of look like they got nebulas in their
Oh, that's neat.
scales.
Which
Oh,
Aaron just pulled out of his ass, by the way, which is cool.
What's that there, Sergeant?
I rolled a 17 plus 5 gives me a 22 on my survival.
Yeah.
Can we
Yeah.
snag a star tuna to take back?
Sure.
There we go.
Or you have to brain it, but yeah.
I have bow and
That'll-
arrow, I have swords, I have saps.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something I can do.
Yeah, sword. Smack it in the brain with a sword.
Yeah.
When you get it close enough.
All like, I think that he's better at the hand-to-hand stuff than me, obviously, so I will ready a, I think I've got a snowball, right? I'll ready a snowball just in case he needs to, or, you know, that I can brain it with a snowball.
Brain it with a snowball, yeah.
Whack!
So, do I get close enough to make an attack on it?
Yeah.
Gonna be a single, or am I close enough that I could wait and hit him with a double attack?
She's pulling him right past you, so you can wait and hit him with a double attack. You will have to 5-foot adjust, but...
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
Alright, so 16 plus 7 on my first attack is a 23. That's a critical threat.
Yep.
Nice.
And 12 plus 6 is an 18 on my second hit.
Okay, they both hit. First threat is a threat.
Might not have confirmed. I only rolled a 13 to confirm.
Yep, that's enough. It's got an 11 armor class.
Nice.
It's on a hook. Can't really fight much. Bam bam!
21 points from the first attack, and an additional 6 from the second.
Yeah, okay, you stuff your small sword into its gills, right? It starts to thrash, and you take your long sword, your longer blade, right? And slash down on top of its head and cut its head right off. It flops to the deck. Flops a couple times, and
Since it basically has to carry its own air for limited spaces, I imagine if you managed to pry up a gill, it would just suffocate in a couple of seconds. And then a few seconds after that, it would probably implode or explosively decompress.
Yep.
Wow.
Sorry,
Okay.
guys.
Should I mute the mic?
Sorry about that, guys. Whoa.
Okay, and then we'll drag the big tuna back to the Sword of Stars. And
Yeah, we're gonna have to drag it too. It weighs about 800 pounds.
We still got any of these lifeboats over here?
Hmm?
Great. Well, toss it in a lifeboat. We'll take the lifeboat back rather
Okay.
than drag it all the way. Dinosaur Bob says sushi time. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Sashimi.
My favorite. My absolute favorite.
Tuna sashimi?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
pulling off.
I like unagi.
So it's a 16 plus 5 on survival to clean it. So I don't know what the dressed out weight will be, but
Yeah,
Not
dressed
to-
out, they dress out to about 650 pounds.
Okay. Well, we're not going to drag all the guts and stuff back. I'll
No,
No need for that.
no.
throw them off to the sharks.
Yep.
Any
Really?
row?
Any witch?
Row, she said.
No.
We're gonna need a bigger bento box. Good one, Bob.
Good one, Bob.
And these songs with us. Tuna sashimi all the way.
And we'll take it back. So we have.
You guys
Also,
are
for
throwing
the
all the
captain.
guts away in the head and everything?
Oh, wait a minute. No, hold on. Maybe, yeah, you're right. Maybe we should be feeding that to Crowley.
And his cat.
And his cat.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I guess we could.
Yeah. You put it all in a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Better, or
That's
he's
more
gonna
like
get
a
upset.
barrel.
Don't you mean a barrel?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a barrel.
Yeah.
I saw I heard the dismayed voice going on there.
You threw it away.
I can just imagine, doing that for Smokey, our cat, and her look like, what?
Yeah.
Kind of like when we took her mouse away. Where's my mouse?
Ow, fuck me, that hurt.
Burnt yourself?
Yes.
That's no good.
So the sergeant will pull out his thing of chalk and write meow mix on the side of the barrel before sealing it up.
Yeah.
Meow 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 meow.
Yeah, you're loud and obnoxious. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm deaf now in that ear. Thank you very much. Oh no! Don't get Rowan started with that one, Dinosaur Bob. Fish heads, roly poly fish heads.
Remember that one? HBO back in the 80s.
Anyway, I figured we better bring something back to show our
Oh.
usefulness.
Oh, that's a good idea. We might redeem ourselves a little bit that way. She says. Too bad the deck crew couldn't have seen that strike on the tuna, she says. Of course, it's way out of their visual range. Shakes her head. Like a figures.
Well, you can tell
The
from the
scout might-
diagram that it was one clean strike.
Well, that's true, she says. We have some hope there. All right.
Yep.
The scout may have seen it with his spyglass.
Yeah. Oh, that fucking hurts.
Need spice?
No. It hurt that bad.
Anyway, back to the boat.
Yep. Back we go. Oh,
Yep.
thank you, Barbarossa, for the posture check.
You know what my posture looks like.
I appreciate the save check. I think we're recording it.
Yeah.
Slante.
Oh, hail
And
hydrate.
Hail hydrate.
Yeah, hi, Dave.
I've made sure to make sure. I've made sure to make sure. No, I've made sure I had something that was actually like not caffeinated here to drink. Just.
I don't. I just have Coke.
I got 2 liters of water.
There
Grab
we
me a
go.
piece of ice. Just one more.
Oh yeah, you bet. I'll be AFK a moment. Carry on.
I have homemade iced tea.
I have vodka, which in Russian means little water. Does that count?
Yep. Yep, that counts. Wait, are you Russian?
No, absolutely not. I'm Scottish.
Oh, same thing.
That counts then.
It's alcohol and you're Scottish, so it counts.
No, but Majuma's head is stone.
They haven't been out in space that long, Barbarossa. Security's not going to take them yet.
Uh-huh.
You know, RPG Bob, that sounds like a really good reward for gaming.
I agree completely. His suggestion is a cool channel point reward for RPG gaming would be a reroll for like 1,000 points. Let the audience affect fate.
Sure.
I like that a lot.
That can be both positive or negative.
Yes, it can.
Crowley really likes this.
Yeah, says the person who's playing a class that's all about mucking with fate.
Yeah, that's true. His big class ability is giving people rerolls, either positive or negative. Yeah. But yes, it would be very cool to have the audience do that. Thank you for the suggestion. I will add that to the channel rewards. That is a great idea.
Cool, I've got 19,000 points, so that means I can do a lot to myself if I have to.
Hey, fine by me. If you know the players are running the stream in the background and earning the points and they want to spend it, I don't care. I don't know about Aaron.
Yeah, I don't care.
Have at it, Hoss.
Schlante!
Oh, more hydrate. Hail, hydrate. I'm now at 3 points.
Hail, hydrate.
And cleared out all his channel points. Well, thank you for that. Much appreciated. Alright. So, yes, we bring back the tuna. And the bucket of fish guts and head.
Yep.
The barrel.
Yep.
Dinosaur Mom's like, I have 10K. Make us re-roll for hours.
Everybody has to re-roll.
Twice.
Twice, yeah.
Crowley and Raja.
Crowley and Raja.
Smell something. They're going
Yeah.
to investigate.
Yep. Smells like fish.
This heavenly goodness you.
It's evil.
I totally missed both things there. Sorry.
Something about heavenly goodness, and then Rowan said something.
If they roll in it, they're sleeping on the deck.
They roll in it, they're sleeping on the deck.
Agreed.
Anyway, Crowley was saying something about delicious goodness, or... Yeah.
What were you
Where
saying,
did
Crowley?
you get this heavenly goodness?
Well, the sergeant killed the tuna, she says.
Sergeant flops the fish head down in front of the two cats and puts up the barrel and turns it so that Crowley can read it and sets it down.
Yep.
Like it, Sergeant.
Yep. Big cat comes and purrs and rubs on you. Well, chuffs and rubs on you. They don't actually purr. They make a chuffing noise.
Yeah, because their closest
big.
relationship is a tiger, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, the closest relationship's a lion, actually, but yeah.
I believe that leopard is the biggest cat that can purr, and everybody after that chuffs.
Yeah. Yep, rubs himself on you.
I scritch the behind the ears.
Yeah, I'm smiling. You think it would
Say
be a
to
hand
Raja.
getting this tuna down to the galley?
Avalana.
Yeah. We're gonna need a little help with it. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right there, says Ruvel. I'll grab an end.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Madrimlin will give a hand too.
Yeah, so before you hike it off.
Mm-hmm.
Pitching into.
Yeah. Raja picks up the head of the fish.
Looks at Crowley, hopefully.
Looks at Crowley.
Yes, of course, my friend.
Starts
You
heading-
can have.
Yep, starts heading down to the hold to chew on it.
I'll say to him in Phoenix, it's gotta be gone before it starts to smell bad, though.
Yep. Okay, so you guys take the fish to the kitchen, the galley.
Yeah, Bob says, just fillet it on the deck. He might be right. Might be easiest.
The hell you got there, says the cook.
Dinner, we hope. Well, maybe for tomorrow, she says.
Yes. Sure can be done. Where'd you get it?
Oh, over at, she gives the coordinates of the Hulk that was about where we caught it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, she says. Thought it might be something to, earn or keep, she says.
Well, I'm sure I can put it to use. Thank you.
Where should we put it down?
Over here on the cutting board table.
Gotcha, she says. Nods to the crew.
Yeah. You guys hike it up onto the cutting table. Alright, we can take it from here, he says.
Alright. Good job, gentlemen. Ladies, let's go.
Yeah, head to the barracks.
Yeah. Has anybody here ever had actually fresh tuna?
Yes.
Pretty close. Because we got it from the fish place in town here, filet. What is it? Fine kettle fish.
When I was stationed in Hawaii, at a boat at the marina,
Yeah.
go out fishing and catch fresh ahi all the time.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know, aren't they fucking delicious?
Oh, he's so yummy.
Especially fresh out of the ocean.
I
Yep.
bet that's even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowley's going to tell Raj, I only want one piece of that head. And you can
Okay.
have the rest.
Okay.
I'm gonna take one of the cheeks and take a dagger and cut the cheek out.
Okay.
Chewy bit.
What for?
It's super tasty. It's the best cut of meat in any fish.
Ah.
Yeah, it is. It's really good, really savory.
In a small fish, they're really tiny, but in a tuna, they'd probably be pretty big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tuna this size, it's like,
It's a fillet.
like a flank steak, maybe.
Okay.
There's a reason why they use
And
bugs
I'll,
to make fish sauce.
Yeah.
And I'll take that cut and take it to the captain.
Okay.
Offer that cut up to the captain.
Thank you, she says. Can you take it to the kitchen for me?
Yes, and I'll let the cook know that this cut is yours. It is the finest cut of the fish.
Thank you, she says. I appreciate that, Crowley.
And he'll take it down to the kitchen.
Yep. In the meantime, you guys crawl into bed.
Yep. I am fucking exhausted, but I make sure to
Visions of-
clean up a little bit first.
Yeah. You're covered in fish guts.
We were
Like
out in
fish.
raw space, and we probably smell like burnt steak and fish guts. So
Yeah.
yeah, clean up.
Definitely clean up.
For those of you in chat who don't know, space smells like burnt steak. Don't ask us why. It just does.
That's what the astronauts on the
That's
ISS
what
say.
I say.
If they come in from spacewalk, and then there's a smell of burnt steak in the air.
Yep. So you learn something new every day. Okay.
Yeah, and then I will go right to bed and probably pass the fuck out.
Yep. Yeah, none of you are used to this kind of workout except the sergeant.
Might even make myself a little bit of willow bark tea before I go to sleep. There we go. That's an idea. I will do that.
Benjamin falls asleep in the tub.
Arden might be a bit used to it, but he's more used to slaving away in front of a forge than
There's no tub on this ship.
actually.
You get a bucket of water and you can sponge bath.
I would think.
Yep, and some soap.
Then he just crashes on the floor right beside the bucket.
Pants around his ankles.
Which one of us follows him? Or does he
There's a
just,
sight.
pass out right there?
He's passed out right there.
Is he in their quarters or is he
Oh,
somewhere
yeah.
else? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Ruavel picks him up and puts him in the bed.
Thanks, Ravel.
No problem.
So, for Crowley and Raja,
Yeah.
according to Tigerpedia, a normal tiger can eat 88 pounds of meat.
Yeah. Yeah, Smilden's probably more like 150 pounds of meat.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, you gotta remember, he didn't get a decent sleep the last couple nights, except for the previous night. So he's still behind on his sleep, and, the extra workout made it harder for him. He just crashed.
Yeah.
If he didn't finish washing, I'll wipe up whatever, is handy there. I've been a friend with Madrimlian since he was a kid, so,
Mm-hmm.
since we were both kids, so.
Sergeant just shakes his head at all this effort and leans over to Ravel and says, "Hey, can I get a prestidigitation before I go to sleep?"
Sure thing. Prestidigitate him a couple times. Because it only does a foot by a foot area, so.
Yeah.
Yep, so once I get that, the sergeant crashes out.
Yep. You want one? Or two or three?
Oh, it's okay. I can do it for myself. She says I just thought, I needed some deep cleaning first.
Yeah.
Which she does. Well, I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Poor
Good night,
guy.
guys.
He's just not used to this.
Who, Adrenaline?
Yeah.
Oh, neither of us are, she says. Fast track for officers since we were kids. You know, it's not like we don't know how to pull ropes, but we rarely do.
Yeah, I hear you.
Not too long after we had all walked in the door, Lorik just kind of leaned up against the wall, tilted his hat down, and is just out for 4 hours.
Yeah.
In a way, I envy him. Looking over at the, passed out metal gnome over there. Yeah.
Life could be simpler that way.
On the other hand, what's a sense of touch like, I wonder?
Yeah, I wonder too.
Yeah. Well, good night. You guys did a great job today. Thank you, she says.
Thank you, Elena.
Good night, Esong. We're only going to be around for, I don't know, about 15
more
minutes
minutes,
anyway.
so. Good night, Esong.
Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
And then I passed the fuck out.
Yep. Y'all awaken the next day after about 8 hours of sleep.
Okay, see if I can figure out what time it is. I'm probably, I don't know about you guys, but if I go to sleep and I'm really tired and I pass out really deeply and I wake up, I'm like, what the hell? What time is it? Where am I? What time am I on?
Yeah, and it's hard to tell in space because it's dark. Always.
Well, unless you're around a sun, then it's bright. Always.
Yeah.
Neither is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gremlin wakes up with a start because he realizes he's in his bed and he doesn't remember how he got there.
Check my power watch. What time is it?
Let me think here. Okay, so it is about first bell of the forenoon watch.
Oh, wow. I slept in. Get up.
About 8 o'clock in the morning, for those of you who don't know what that is.
Rise and shine, guys. We're behind schedule, she says.
Oh, crap.
And goes looking for a glass of water.
So you can take his rock?
Moan and groan as I get out of bed.
Yep, take his rock.
Okay. You know, says Ruvel to him as he's leaving, olive oil might be easier to take that with.
It's not a bad idea. Might help it pass through easier, says Celine.
Yeah, good point, didn't think of that.
Well, it'll definitely do that, says Vonvin, and everything else too.
Sergeant walks into the barracks, lightly gleaming with sweat. You guys missed morning calisthenics.
Thank God, says Ruvel.
Well,
That just means he's going to be harder on us on the afternoon calisthenics.
That's right, says Celine. In the future, Sergeant, if we're sleeping in, please feel free to wake me up, she says.
Oh man,
Likewise.
You guys looked pretty tuckered out last night.
That's no reason to shirk our duties.
Training.
It's true. I would have had a real hard time with it this morning, she says. I appreciate you being thoughtful then. Thank you, she says. Well, let's get her going because we don't want to fall any further behind schedule, she says.
Yep.
No lollygagging around this morning.
Let's suit up, folks.
Right. Suit up again.
Can I suggest some chow before we go out, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
I do too. Let's go do that, she says. I don't know about you, but I'm going to need some energy today, guys.
Yep.
I agree. Food.
One solution to her issues go like this. She's going to get her food. She's going to go in the garden where she is communing with nature while she does her spell study for the morning.
Yeah,
All
okay.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arden's studying his spell book while he's eating.
Breakfast, okay. Yeah, so is Ruavel.
Madrimlian is studying his alchemical notebook.
Sergeant sees this and he leans over to the lieutenant. Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
might be best if we let Lyric and
Yeah, good idea, she says.
Mr. Madrimlian go ahead and work on the charge today because we're going to...
We are going to need it after all. Yep, good idea, she says. Okay, you guys are assigned to the alchemy lab today, she says to them.
Avalana.
Alana. Yep.
He said Avalana.
Oh, okay. It was hard to tell.
Yeah, he's having trouble with the foreign language.
Gotcha.
Ruavel says, Golkar. Oops, did that come out? No.
Does he even speak Orcish?
No.
Well then. Yeah, he might get himself hit for that one. This is the Avalonian Navy, damn it!
Let me see. Oh, hey, Arden speaks Orcish.
So does Madrimlian.
See, I got Sylvan, Draconic, and Goblin as well.
That's funny. Yeah, Dinosaur Bob says, but Sergeant, shouldn't that have called for a 4 a.m. PT call?
No, technically they outrank him. They're midshipmen.
Yeah, they're all officers except for him. They're midshipmen, there's one ensign, and there's one junior lieutenant, right? And he's kind of like their babysitter. So...
Because he's a staff sergeant and he's been doing this for some time.
That's right.
So I only get to punish them when they actually let me.
Yes. When instructed to by the LT.
Yep, that's right.
Basically. Or when not instructed to by the LT.
Yeah, that's right. Fortunately, the LT is not an idiot and has been taught by her mother to listen to her NCOs. Yeah, alright, get up and at him, go get some chow.
Yep. Yeah, you guys assemble in line for chow. Don't know what they're feeding you this morning. Some elfin thing. Roasted nuts and berries.
Yeah, it's highly nutritional, good and,
Yep.
suited for...
Yep.
Oh, good. Protein.
Midshipmen, recruits, they outrank nobody.
Yep.
It's true, they're quarter-inch admirals.
So is Bob
User in
yet
your channel
another
timed out.
a Navy boy? Is this what's going on?
You Navy there, Bob?
User entered your channel.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. They're back.
Yeah. Okay, so shovel my food in. I'm pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Chow down.
Yeah, food is actually pretty tasty this morning. You're not sure if
bet.
it's the nuts or the rat's assholes, but whatever it is, it's pretty tasty.
Right now, I would eat rats' assholes. I'm starving.
Right.
Yeah. What did it taste like? I don't know. Food. That's what it tasted like.
It's vaguely food shaped.
Like, usually Vonvin sits with Fierce, but not this morning. She grabs her food and follows the veins to the garden, and she eats in the garden while catching up on her stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess Vonvin might as well be assigned to familiarize herself with the garden and its contents today, too.
Mm-hmm.
She probably also needs a break. She's not, like, that conditioned either.
Yeah,
she's kind of pudgy for an elf, so...
Yeah, and she is a druid. She should be doing something with nature for a while.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll put her on that duty. Sounds good.
Yeah, so before you leave, you're instructed that you're going to be working out in the gardens today. Get familiar. Oh!
Sergeant looks over at Madrimland and he goes, "Sir, I was thinking not all ships are going to be wood. Maybe the explosive might not get through a metal hole. So maybe we should think about some kind of acid delivery system."
Good point. I'll discuss it with Specialist Tomlin.
And Bob says, no, just a student with enough family stories to cover Army and Navy protocols from 1944 to 2018.
Nice.
That's cool. I live with a soldier and a sailor. So...
An officer and an enlisted man.
Yeah, that's right. So I, pick up things, but I'm definitely not the expert on it.
Yeah.
I try to communicate it in my stories, though, because I think it gives a sense of realism, and in our campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You were looking for an acid delivery system? Blotter paper.
Which paper?
Blotter paper.
Blotter paper. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I was thinking of something like maybe a backpack tank and a nozzle or something.
Yeah.
I think you guys are talking about two different kinds of acid.
No, one was just the gnomish way of looking at it.
Which one?
I'd say probably the flamethrower-esque one.
Oh, you mean the acetylene torch-styled one? That's what Madrimland was thinking.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah.
Yeah, we know where Blake's priorities are.
Yep.
Alright.
I recommend microdots myself, but it's only because they're purer.
Anyway. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna suit up and get ready to go do exercise.
Yep.
I'm heading to the alchemy lab.
Was.
Okay. Okay, so the rest of you assemble in your armor.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, so what do you suggest we practice today, Sergeant?
flying in a straight line, says Ruvel.
That might be a good place to start, she says.
Definitely.
I suppose we could run maneuver laps between here and the Hulk at, whatever coordinates it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a reasonable supposition.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so fly out, touch hole, fly back, touch hole.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Before we leave, Sergeant will use Ruvel's glass and scan the graveyard, make sure nothing's changed overnight.
Nope. Nothing that you can see, anyways. Like, everything appears to be the same.
Okay, ma'am, looks all clear.
Don't you hate it when DMs say that? Everything appears to be the
Yep,
same.
that's right. You're like, okay. Sure, it does.
It's too quiet.
The sergeant will tell the lieutenant it looks all clear to him.
All right, good stuff, she says. Do you think we ought to double check first before we start running our laps, or do you want to start with the laps, do you think?
Well, we could fly over to assemble on the merchantman Hulk and take a closer look before we do the laps, ma'am.
Sounds good to me. Nods. With that whole make it so look.
Yeah. So, you guys fly over. They did look much better than they did yesterday.
I like that. That's good. Okay. I hope you had a good first day at work, Barbarossa and Bob. That's absolutely true. Scariest 3 words a DM can say. You detect nothing.
And actually, it's his 5th day at work, I believe.
Oh, is his 5th day? Well, I hope you had a good day at work. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you'd been at it for 5 days. Wow, they're working you full-time right off the bat. That's great.
Yep. Alright.
Alright, yeah, we head over there and we look better than we did yesterday.
Yeah.
Assemble on the deck and then do a quick once-over of the ship. Make sure that there's nothing here that is...
Hiding.
Any potential problem.
No, but it is on the other side of the ship a couple of dolphins that are seeming to be paying attention to you.
Oh. Dolphins, she says, look. Vonvin's gonna be so mad she missed this.
They chitter at you.
I'll see if I have anything to toss them.
And remember that German still has a mind link up with Celine.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, we're off ship and separated by like a fair bit of space.
Yeah.
Wow, that is loud from the kitchen. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, we can hear it. He couldn't have set it up before she left?
No,
Like
they
at Chow?
won't go that far. They won't go that far. She's probably 200 miles away from you.
Yeah. I mean, we are talking about spatial distances here, right?
Right. That's why they got glasses and they're looking at stuff. They aren't just flying over to them.
One moment.
Because I'm just reading it up. It says once the bond is forged, it goes over any distance.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Anyways, that's about where we should put it up, guys. It's 9 o'clock. We'll pick it up there with the Dolphins on the next game.
Yeah, we're going to raid Darth Nicholas from the Anvilite Streamer Corps.
Darth Nicholas.
And I know he's up because I saw the notice.
There we go. /raid.
Well, don't set that up yet because we got to do the credits first.
Yeah, I will.
Well, don't hit enter then until we're done with the credits.
Is it Nicholas? Nicholas.
Yeah. I could do it from the stream manager.
That's okay, I got it set up.
Okay. Alright, so thanks for joining us, guys. And, yeah. I don't have anything to add at this point. We'll be back next week. Check out our campaign. I'll put the link in the chat here. Just before we read the credit roll. You gotta scroll down to the bottom of the page to find the link to the campaign, but it is there. Toy Soldiers Old School is game mastered by Aaron Ree, based on the Toy Soldier Saga universe, created by Diane Morrison. Audio is provided by TeamSpeak. Sound effects and ambience provided by Sirenscape. Music provided by White Sand. Check out his Patreon at patreon.com/whitesand. Mapping software provided by Campaign Cartographer 3 Plus and World Spinner, with adaptations in Adobe Photoshop. Gaming software provided by Fantasy Grounds, Hero Lab, and World Anvil. Check out our campaign at www.worldanvil.com/w/Toy Soldier Saga. Distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution License, the Toy Soldier Saga is copyright 1995 by Diane Morrison, all rights reserved. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And don't forget, Aaron streams Ask an Old GM tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Yep.
Have a good night, everybody.
If you got GMing questions or just general gaming questions, or you want me to look at some of your world building stuff, come check me out. I'll be there. Okay. We're off to raid Darth.
The raid shout is prepare to be boarded.
Yes. Prepare to be boarded.